just a lot of little things that probably could have changed the scope, tempo, or pace of that ball game.
No question, Fred. Number one, the first thing you're looking for is improvement. Our football team improved greatly. And then the second thing is we're bitterly disappointed and come away with a loss. We felt like it was two evenly matched football teams. 24-20 heading into the fourth quarter, seemed to have the momentum on our side. We just had a 3-and-out and a sack by very fine defensive end Nick Abadi, and the wheels came off in about a 3.5-minute span. We just self-destructed. We have a center snap that for a -11. We have a long snap through the end zone for a safety, a free kick that we kick out of bounds, and they take over at midfield. And the defense then didn't answer the bell with a little sudden change in adversity, and all of a sudden 2 quick scores, and the game got away from us.
Talking about Nick, and let's talk about Nick and Bell, 2 defensive players I thought really had good games for you on Saturday.
They did. They've not just had good games; they're having great seasons. And Connor Nagel had a breakout game as a linebacker. Jeremy Dockery continues to play fantastic football, and Tremaine Millender over on that side. All of those guys had outstanding ball games for the Dogs.
Can we go back and just talk about those 2 guys in particular one more time? Just Bell and Nick. Just about them.
Sure.
They're just playing good. They're just playing good defensive football, hard-nosed football.
They are. Matt is just locally from down here at Marceline, and we knew he was fantastic. We didn't know how good he. It's just difference in levels of play when you're evaluating and recruiting, but he's been even better than we anticipated. We think he's truly a Division I athlete. And Nick Abadi, we had a pretty good idea when we recruited him. He was an all-state football player up in Chicago at Glenbard North. He had 17 sacks as a senior. I think he now is getting close to double-digit sacks. So both those kids are headliners and do a great job for our defense.
Conrad's week off, I don't know what he was drinking, when the water or whatever. He came out and really looked good on Saturday.
He really did, and I think that he'd never missed a game from injury. He'd started all of our ball games a year ago and played in a bunch 2 years ago. And, when you're a senior, fifth-year senior, bitterly disappointed sitting out a ball game, I think did him a world of good. Just being able to sit, watch that frustration. I think he channeled it and really played with a great deal of confidence and really enjoyed competing and playing football.
Dallas Greer was in the flow of the game. I mean, the game came to him, and at times he came up big for you once again.
Absolutely. A big throw and catch. Just threw him a jump ball on the far sideline to jumpstart our offense in the late first quarter, I think, when we were down 10-3, and then a nice read and a progression against man coverage from Conrad to Dallas. And Dallas beat man coverage and beat outside leverage on a corner route for a big touchdown to give us some momentum. And we spread the ball to all 3 receivers. I think Jared Haferbeer had 7 catches and Brett Nagel had 5, so we're pretty pleased with the production from our wide receiving corps.
Your preseason schedule was very tough, four tough ball games.
Mm-hmm.
Give your team a letter grade after those first 4 ball games.
Oh, I give us, and coaching staff, all of us included, a C+, B-. On a positive side, we found a way to win a couple close contests late, which has been a struggle since we've gotten back here and gaining some much-needed confidence. On a negative, I really feel like, and we feel like, this ball game with the University of Central Missouri, that we really gave it away. So it's as we're taping this today, there's a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth, and hopefully we'll be able to utilize that to motivate us and continue to improve and finish some of these ball games as we move into the GLVC conference play this week in Quincy.
Okay, and your first game obviously is against Quincy. If as past history, Hickory Stick or whatever, this will probably be your Hickory Stick game. Somewhere along the line, some will come along with a Wolverine trophy, or I keep kidding about that, but some will come along with something probably jack this rivalry up more than it will be. This is your first game. This is your first test. Both teams will be ready.
Absolutely, and it's their homecoming, and 60 miles away, 65 miles, so it's just regionally, it's going to be an attractive matchup. And as we're taping this on Monday morning, Coach Tom Pajek and his staff, I hope I said that correct, at Quincy, I don't know him personally, but they're the best coach football team we've seen this year. He's doing a fantastic job, and I don't say that lightly. they've put together a good, tough, physical football team on both sides of the ball. They've lost to two 1AA opponents in Western Illinois and Indiana State. They lost a tough one to Northwood of Division III, and they're coming off a big win against an NAIA school in Lindenwood Belleville. They'll have a good home crowd. It's going to be a good test for us.
They throw the ball, your secondary will have to be ready again.
Absolutely, and not just our secondary, but our pass rush. And we've got plenty to work on defending the pass, both in our front rush element and the secondary.
Garrett White, consistent.
Yeah, you almost take him for granted, for the last last half of last season, and I think he finished with 600 yards, I think, or thereabouts a year ago. And right now he's on track for probably 1,000 yards when it all shakes out. And more importantly, just his vision, his ability to finish runs. He's just smooth, and he just keeps moving the sticks. Had a great kickoff return the other day, too, for 35, 40 yards to create some great field position.
Final question. This is really a big, important game to get out 1-0 in the conference. It's you need this win.
Absolutely, and it's exciting. Fred, in the old days of the MIAA, when I played here and coached previously, you played 3 or 4 non-conference games leading up to your conference opener, and we've kind of gotten away from that with the oversized leagues and the league that we're leaving. It does bring a real sense of excitement, a sense of urgency in terms of your preparation, and certainly, the league that we left and enjoyed a great 100-year marriage with, we dominated historically with 26 conference championships through the years. So we'd certainly like to do nothing better than to rekindle that conference competition and start the thing right this year, and that starts this week with Quincy.